哎，欢迎收看下周解说波西米亚最强工具人王亨利的故事。那么本期视频呢，我本来想去找呆呆的啊，毕竟我们已经晾了他很长时间了。不过呢，我还是决定啊，先去找公猫来完成这个战斗训练的任务。因为在这个任务当中呢，我们王亨利可以学到游戏中最强剑术大师反，那就只好委屈呆呆再等我们一段时间。在之前的探索中呢，我已经解锁了这个营地的传送点了，但是解锁和探索还是有所区别的啊，所以借着这个机会呢，我们也来好好的探索一番。哎呦，妹子，摁内里
It happens. Just watch where you're going next time.
不搭理我，身材真好，我们的老熟人马饭啊。这里的生活怎么样，妹妹
？What's life like among the nomads?
I have been traveling since I was little, and it is all I know. But this is a really nice place, and we have only been here since the spring.
春天才来的。行，你们都是亲人吗？
And what about the people here?
啊
Are you all one family?
Of course not.
哦，
But it is as if we were.
都是邻居。
People need support. Struggling through the world by yourself is neither safe
确实啊，
nor enjoyable. But each to their own.
玩个双
The
人游戏都
locals
玩不
are
了。
always uptight and do not know how to enjoy life.
确实，
Then when people come who know how to enjoy life and not just survive, they do not like them.
行。人们在这里如何谋生呢？
What do you nomads actually do for a living?
Different people do different things. Now, we Roma are mainly craftsmen, traveling blacksmiths and locksmiths, and we do not need much to survive. Also, we know all things about traveling, such as breeding horses, shoeing them, and repairing cartwheels. And what is more, our old Aranka can tell the future and treat the sick,
啊，
so
预
we
测未
get
来
by just fine.
哇，还有占卜算命的，教我一些你们的语言。
Teach me some of your language.
是
What do you want to know?
Let me think. I'm a bold knight, and Sir Hans is courtier.
what？
Let's see if you remember this. Mesom tulo chororo dilina.
Misum tulo chororo dilina.
Laches, laches. It is like you have been speaking our
千万
language
别
all
说，
your
千万别
life.
说。
Now you can say it to girls when you meet them.
一般这种事情啊，教的都是不太好的话啊。
Teach me something else.
Let us try something polite. Like when you want to compliment someone.
Would that be hard?
Who said that our language is easy? Say after me. Kai tumaro baro balo.
Kai tomorrow baro ballo?
Clever lad. Remember that and maybe say it to our voivod. He will be overjoyed to hear it from you.
别轻易说呀，这都没有上翻译。游牧民叫他，过得怎么样？
What's life like here in the camp?
Free, my friend, free.
连吃东西都吃不了，还 free
Your
呢？
settled life, that is not for me. Being cooped up in one place all day would be
No
the death
matter.
of me.
流浪者，
Nane prepuf aisosaro manolilo.
罗姆人，我是分母。你说什么？
What did you say? It almost sounded like a curse.
Ah, that was just a bit of wisdom.
You mean a proverb?
Najanav, maybe. We have wise sayings for everything, Gajo.
And perhaps a bit of magic, too, eh?
Kora chacho. But they are not spells. We're very superstitious folks, that's all.
Nomads, you mean?
Ha, Romale. You'll not find a more superstitious people than us.
罗姆人 ，Romale，你们如何谋生？
How do you make your living when you're constantly on the road?
Everyone does the work he knows. Usually things to do with horses, trade and blacksmithing.
紧跟风口
And。what do you do?
Me? I make sure our luck does not run out.
Right. That must be tiring work then, eh?
Tell me about it. Playing dice requires wisdom.
Isn't luck more important?
Solvacaris, Gajo. There is no luck involved.
和运气
When
无
you have
关。
wisdom and a free mind, you accept fate. Lady Luck only smiles on those who know how to accept fate.
哦，你们为什么在这里扎营呢？
Why is your camp here?
是啊，
Because we found a gold mine here, but we
Oh.
are so humble you would never know it.
真的假的？有个金矿。
I'm glad you've been so lucky. Would you invite me to a feast?
Nah, you might tell everyone. Then we would have to pay taxes.
You're right. Taxes are the worst thing since the plague.
Right. But if you do not have anything, you do not pay anything. and nobody will be any the wiser. Bokalirichni and Nakalel. That is why we have to keep moving, so the high and mighty do not realize that they have not yet squeezed us dry. Aye. Our kind are birds on the wing, not cooped-up hens. I would rather be hungry and free than have a full belly and be chained like a dog.
你们和本地人关系如何？
How do you get along with the local villagers?
Oilen Kaiser Baraminjahin.
I don't understand. Is that something bad?
They are always unhappy about something. But it is because they are afraid. They are afraid of everything they do not know and understand.
谁不是呢？
Then when we turn up, strangers with a strange language and strange ways, they shit themselves. They are more afraid of us than foreign armies, I tell you. And why is that? Because they know what to expect from an army.
哦，
But they do not know us and think the worst of us.
说的有理啊！我在找我的朋友，
I'm looking for this friend of mine.
谁呀？
A big, fair-haired young man. Likes strutting about and speaks like a noble.
Look, you know what?
啊，汉斯啊，
That sounds like the Gacho we saw in the forest the other night.
假酒。
But he's scarp and sharpish and vanished in the darkness. I ain't seen him since. Sorry. Take care, friend.
你是谁？海姆，姆尔迪凯，
Was willst du?
生意好吗？
How's business?
Borech Hashem. I can't complain. Or rather, I shouldn't.
What? Is something wrong?
Wrong? What can I say? It's more like I have such concerns.
Is there anything I could do for you?
那有
Indeed,
啥
you
呢？
can. You can stop asking me how I am and buy something from me,
行
young
行行
man.，
可以可以可以。
I have the feeling you're not like the other nomads here. You speak our language a lot more, with only the odd foreign word here and there.
My friend, could it be because I am the only son of David far and wide, and the rest are Anusam?
What does that mean?
Was klotzt du, junger Mann? Have you never seen a Jew before?
I don't know.
犹太人，
Should I
我
have?
好像也没
You
太见过
must。be from some very small village, eh? You have really never met one of my people?
I'm sorry, but there were no sons of David in Skalitz where I lived.
大卫的儿子就是犹太人吗
you？say. I must remember that. Sheinem Dank, mein Freund.
不用了，
Sheinem
那里已
Dank.
经夷为平地了。那还能聊吗？最近如何？
How's it going?
And what am I supposed to say to that?
I don't know. That's up to you, I reckon.
But it will cost you something, young man.
Why should it cost me anything?
Why should it not? I am not going to give you life advice for free.
哎，阿兰卡，你好，
Oh, it is you, Churches.
啥
What
呀
are？you talking about?
You are that chavo from my dream, Jalas Mangesuno. You came to me, the Ternogajo friend of the Roma with clear eyes, the one who has suffered much.
这说的对，
A stranger to take on the task that shall unite our familia once again,
将我们家族
or
团结起
divide
来
us forever.
啊！你有何贵问？
What? What's a chavo? What am I supposed to do?
Go and see the voivod. He will tell you more.
啊，这还有任务呢。你
How
好
you
吗？
doing?
Laches gajo mishtes. What can an old woman like me do for you?
我不知道啊。我想学一句你们的问候语，
I'd like to learn a greeting in your language.
到哪儿都来
There
学
are all kinds.
学脏话
But。if you want to say how are you, then it is sartukejal. And if you want something a bit less ordinary, it is kaijazmore. But that is only said by man to man, mind you. We women say sotavez mrichai.
Aha. And what does that mean?
It is simply asking if the other has enough to eat.
你吃了吗？
This is good manners among us.
行。你从哪里来，我的朋
Where
友
did？you come from?
Ay, gajo. From God, of course.
I mean, where were you before?
Ah, I see. Well, in the winter we are always in the south.
哦，
And in the summer we go north.
哎呀，
And over again, like that.
What do you mean over and over?
就是旅居呗。
There is the east road and the west road too, right?
Wait, you really don't know where you'll be next week?
You guessed it, Gajo. We do not know, and we do not want to know. God always takes care of his children.
哎，非常自由啊。行，提高学术。为什么总在路上？
Why do you travel the world? Why don't you settle down?
And why do you not settle down? instead of jumping from the frying pan into the fire, Gajo.
Oh, that's different. I'm serving my lord.
While we have no master, just the sun and God above us, and the grass beneath our feet. So hincha chipen andro jivipen.
Tell me something about the Roma. I realize I don't know anything about your people.
What can I say?
Man, what can
we are
I say?
people and Christians, just like you. The only difference between us is that we live on the road, while you are cooped up in the same cottage from cradle to grave. It is a free life for free people. Though it is true we often have to move on, because we are driven out.
你们和本地人关系如何？
How do you get along with the locals?
It's always different. Sometimes the women folk could kiss my feet when I cured their pains. And sometimes they are more likely to burn me at the stake just for being different.
And what makes you nomads different?
You know, Gajo, nothing and everything. We live our lives as if each day could be the last. That is all. Try it. And you will see every sunrise like it is the first time again.
说的很有道理啊。你们司令官是什么样的人？
What can you tell me about your husband, the voivod?
May
她老公啊，
let us strike him down.
还染上祸乱。
The last thing I needed was a man
婚
like
姻呐，
him. But I did not have any better ones at the
这就
shop.
是婚姻。
Really?
Oh, yes. Like I always say, the best baroshero under the sun. But his stubbornness will be the end of me one day.
你懂魔法吗？
Maybe I'm wrong.
魔法
But I
的
hear you
有
know
趣
some，magic
我
and
毫不在意。
Is that right?
Kotuke penja. What magic, Gaja? I am just an old woman who knows how to ward off trouble and hold on to happiness. My old mother, may she rest in peace, she knew all kinds of things.
You see, and I thought you were really, well, in short, a witch.
Not at all. Fortune telling and spells are far cry from black magic.
Oh.
Black magic is a path every honest manush avoids like a plague. My power comes from God, and I use it to serve only Him and good folks.
哎呦，行，你怎么判断什么是黑魔法？了解到了无
How
数
do。you know when it's black magic?
Simple. Black magic is only used for the selfish benefit of fools who think only of themselves.
哦，
And is there another kind of magic?
Oh, Devla Miro, of course. The good kind that helps
所以
and comes
什么
from
是
God.
黑魔法取决于使用的目的吗？
Do the spells really work?
这么武断吗？
So hincha chipen andro jivipen. If you have faith, then it will work.
那我如果用阿瓦达索命杀死坏人的话，它就会变成白魔法吗？
Show me your wares.
我们看他卖，哎呦，卖这么多东西呢！主要先把这些毒药买了啊，因为我们现在没有任何的反击的武器。如果路上遇到狼什么的，哎呦哎呦，这么多配方，买不起啊！我们现在就剩600多块钱了。关键是这地方没有吃的呀。这是什么？拿起，哎，这是拿起啊，不是偷窃，可以啊。整个营地就给俩大苹果。销赃者白胡子，我不想做你儿子。啊，
What do
他
you
这
have
只
for
能
sale?
卖东西。匕首，匕首我们可以来一个啊。毒药，猫步无声可以来一个。开锁器，它有40多个开锁器。那营地里呢还有一个司令官呢，不过和他对话呢就会承接一个新的任务，所以呢我们之后再和他聊。
Aranka's prophecy is coming true.
What?
接下来呢，我们就来完成此行的目的，找决斗大师公猫来学习大师反。
The Lord be with you. What do you need?
我听说你剑术很高超啊。
My name is Henry, and I've heard in the village that you're a renowned strongman, juggler, and moreover, skilled with a weapon. Is that true?
Depends. Why do you ask?
I'm looking for someone to help me.
What's it about?
Well, it's complicated. But the short version is, a few days ago I barely avoided the gravedigger's shovel. I thought I was done for. That's how badly beaten I was. And now, well, I'm feeling a bit
前几天我还是个战斗废柴。
unsure in combat. I'll need to regain my confidence, if you know what I mean.
Aye, that I can do. If what you say is true, I could really help you out, friend. I've been missing a good fighter around here.
啊，缺一个沙包。行，你想要什么报复？
What would you like in return?
Oh, please. I'll do it out of sheer kindness. I don't have anything to do right now anyway. You can pay me next time.
呀，这感情好啊，来吧。
We can start right away.
All right. Follow me to the arena.
行。来吧。
Shall we begin?
Here's a practice longsword, so we don't hurt each other. Let's see what you've got. We'll start with exchanges, and if you do well, we'll try something harder. You're going to attack. Commit to it. Don't stop after a single strike. Dish out several. Now I'm going to show you a simple technique that builds on that. You'll attack from the right, then left, then right again.
OK，
Attacks follow one after the other. And you don't even have to break through your opponent's cover.
So right, left, and then right again.
Exactly. You could also do it the other way around. I'll let you have exactly 3 strikes, so you're not wasting effort just flailing around.
I get it. Let's do it.
右，左，右。
See? That's the way. Again.
右，左，右。nice， 懵了吧？
Enough.
Aye, you've got the hang of it. Let's try something more difficult. I'll teach you a real technique. You start with a slash from above, then from the right, and when your opponent expects another attack from above, you do a quick sidestep and drag your blade horizontally across his belly.
行，
So I'll start from the top, then from the right, and then...
From the left. Remember, top, right, and finally left.
All right. Let's give it a try.
来吧。
I'll let you make 3 strikes just like before. No more.
上，右，左。
Nice. Now do it again.
好，上，右，左。哎，这大师也不行啊。进阶战斗技巧格挡，这我会了啊。这个发动攻击啊，它会有一个连续性啊。比如说我们从右侧攻击的话，将会自动的转到左侧；如果从上方攻击的话呢，你的武器呢也会自动回到左侧位置啊。哦，上是回左啊，我还以为回下呢。行。
That's that then. You don't even have to use a longsword for this technique. It'll work with any other weapon.
哦，通
That'll
用
come
的。
in handy.
And one more piece of advice.
啊，
Any attack can start with this or that technique.
行。
Look, if I attack from the right, your post will come from above. And that's the first step of this technique. Think about it.
想啥呀？那其他招式呢？
What about other techniques?
I'll teach you even more if you want, but it won't be as cheap.
Hey,
And
yo.
you'll also have to know a thing or two first.
Uh-huh.
If you prove yourself to me, I'll teach you the best technique of all, Meisterhau, also known as the Master Strike.
大师一击。
How about someone else?
I'm sure I'm not the only swordsman around who could teach you something.
嗯，行，来吧。我该怎么证明自己实力呢？
How can I prove myself to you so that you'll teach me the Master Strike?
You'll have to defeat me in a sword fight, because this technique only works for swords.
So all I have to do is challenge you?
That's right.
哦，这个大师一击只适用于剑术。来吧，
I'll challenge you to a duel then.
与你决斗。
I've barely taught you anything and you're already getting cocky. But very well. At least I'll demonstrate the difference between us.
嘿嘿，来吧，我王亨利没在怕的。哎呀呀，对不起，哎，对不起。来着，nice。
Do you think I have what it takes?
All right.
可以，
You deserve to be taught the Master Strike.
无敌啊！
Here's a training sword so we won't get hurt.
Let's get to it.
那早干啥了？
The pinnacle of swordsmanship. are so-called master strikes.
叫我大师
You
之
can
击
only
吧。
perform a technique like that with a sword, no matter if it's short or long, or if you're using a shield.
好，
What you do need is a blade and a guard that protects your hands.
行，
Master Strike is a technique that allows you to counter an opponent's attack with your
攻
own.
击反
A
击对手的
swordsman
技
that
巧。
can learn such a technique is undefeatable. Let me show you. Attack me from the right.
好，
Surprised?
哦，
Now you try. Master strikes are what elevates the swords above other weapons, and there is no defense against them. You've learned how to parry your opponent's attack with a properly timed block, but this time, you attack instead of blocking. Timing and direction are everything. Hit your opponent at the right time and from the right angle. I'll attack slowly from above. You take up position with your sword below and
反
strike
击攻
against my
击，
attack. But
最好的
enough
防守就是
talk.
攻击。
Come and try it yourself.
行，
That's not it.
哎，
You have
Huh?
to attack me too.
哦，得抓好时机啊。
All right, let's try it once more.
行，
But this time, I'll attack from the side. Now pay attention. If I hold my sword to the left, put yours to the right. If I'm on the right, get ready on the left.
明白，就是从相反方向呗。
Works only with an opposite strike. Otherwise, it's the same. You strike when I begin my attack. Ready?
来吧。
Always.
Good. Again.
啊，
That's the way.
哎呦，
You're getting the hang of it. Now let's try it for real. I'll fight you normally, and you have to pay attention to which direction I'm attacking from. Then
Alright.
attack from the opposite side.
I understand. Let's start.
来吧。
That's not
哎，
it.
慢了，慢了，慢
You
了。
have to attack me too. Getting the hang of it.
哎，
Again. No.
啊，离
You
离
need
近
to
了。
attack too.
哎
Snap，out of it. No.
哎呀，
You
慢
need
了
to。attack too. Snap out of it. That's not it.
哎，
You have to attack me too. No. You
Huh?
need to attack too. Snap out of it.
嗯，
Here's a
可以
few
啊，
more
会了，会了。
tips. If your opponent knows how to perform a master strike, don't give them an opportunity to use it. Try not to attack from the opposite side.
啊，如果对面会大师一击，我们就不能用了。
You can use a master strike to defend against an opponent's riposte. After a perfect block, your positions are always set. Your opponent knocks your sword to the left, then attacks with a riposte to the right. Until that point, you could only defend yourself with a perfect block. Now you can surprise your opponent with a master strike that he hasn't a hope of blocking.
完全没看明白，
Understand?
没有，难以消化。
That's too much information at once.
All right. I'll try to summarize the most important parts.
行，
Try getting your opponent into a position in which you can use the master strike. Do your best to avoid being put in such a position yourself. Watch the position of your sword and use it to decide which technique to use. Better?
Well, we'll see.
说了又好像没说。
Now, it's up to you to learn how to use the master strike in combat.
I'll do my best. Thanks, Tomcat.
大师之击不能被格挡或使用其他方式防御，只能使用剑类武器或挥剑配合盾牌发动。朝着对手的剑所处区域攻击会提升他们完美格挡几率。攻击相反区可能会引发对方的大师反击，那我就不能攻击了呗。行啊，不管怎样，我们学到了这个大师反了然后我们还能精进格斗招式吗？哎，角色等级升到8级了。关于大师一击，问问为什么要用大师一击？
Why should I use the Master Strike?
If all you do is defend, you're bound to fail sooner or later. That's why it's better to counterattack. Strike the opponent's weapon from the opposite side. You'll block their weapon while hitting them at the same time. That's what the Master Strike is all about. Usually, you'll be aiming at your opponent's weak point. If you don't win the fight then and there, you'll surely at least injure and stun your opponent. If that's the case, don't stop. Keep attacking before your opponent has a chance to recover.
大师一击还是完美格挡？
Why should I use a perfect block when I can do a Master Strike?
That depends. Sometimes it's good to exchange a few blocks and counterattacks. Then, unexpectedly finish with a master
其实
strike.
我本人
Your opponent
更喜欢格
can't
挡。
use a master strike if you don't attack from the opposite side. Try changing the position of your blade. Attack unpredictably. If your opponent uses a perfect block and his riposte is headed towards your blade, attack instead of defending, and you might win the fight.
可以，
What's
尽量
better?
不要用连招
the
啊
master，
连招
strike
很容易被
or
对方反了。
combos?
Combos are purely offensive techniques. They're strings of attacks to put your opponent in a
一
position
连
you
串攻
want.
击，被一连
Then
串大
you
师
can
反。
finish them off with a stronger technique. But even your combo can be interrupted by an opponent's master strike. When your combo doesn't work out, your opponent interrupts it with a block and attacks. It doesn't mean the fight's over. Just use a perfect block. Or you can even use a master strike.
行，
That's enough for me.
再教我点有用的小花招吗？
Will you teach me another swordsmanship trick?
Certainly, but you better not talk about it like that. I mean, between you and me you can, but the Grand Masters make a big show about calling it swordsmanship technique.
剑术。
I understand. So technique, eh?
Aye, aye. These days people put their faith into all kinds of shite. And as far as dueling is concerned, it's currently fashionable to give everything
取
German
个德国名
names.
字，
German.
Aye, it's all Mittelhau, Kurzhau, and who knows what else. Who can make heads or tails of it? I simply know how to fight, how to win, and don't give a rat's ass about German.
Excellent. That sounds good. Let's get started.
Certainly. Why not? I happen to have some time on my hands, and a good stretch would do me well.
可以学习3个技术啊：剑斩技、盾牌战技以及徒手战技。
It occurred to me that a thrust with a sword to the leg of that poor lug you're fighting is pretty simple, but bloody effective.
膝
It'd
盖
be my
让
pleasure
他
to
重一
teach
些
you that.
来吧，花钱呢？花钱的话，我们没钱呢，我们就100多块钱了。
Can you show me how you pull off some of your feats of strength?
I don't know. You mean you don't know how to hand out slaps? Or just how to follow one up?
Well, I'm not a complete beginner. And I'm not as interested in slaps as I am in swordsmanship and wrestling.
Ah, I see. I could help with that. I wouldn't want to beat a dead horse, after all. You know what I mean, right?
I understand. I'll try not to disappoint you. And I'd be grateful if you'd make time for me, Master.
Of course I'll show you what I know. But you can't be stingy, my friend.
I understand. Don't worry. I'll pay you.
哎，这么贵，100块钱？那学个剑术吧。
Are you good with a sword?
I'm good with everything, my friend. But I prefer a bone-breaking cudgel over a sword.
That doesn't sound bad. But I'd like to...
I get it. You just want to cross swords with the famous Master Tomcat, right? Come on, let's go and kick up some dust.
给我1个小时，就学会了，给我拿走。行，那本期视频就先到这里了啊。我个人感觉啊，游民营地呢就相当于我们第2个家了啊。毕竟这里有这么多的商人，非常值得我们好好的打扫一下卫生。那我也不占用视频时间了，一会儿我就趁着夜色啊，不留名字的把这营地呢清洗打扫一遍。那我是夏叔，我们下期视频再见，拜拜。